In Tokyo, the day begins early. At the fish markets, people rush about before sunrise. The sound of knives striking cutting boards, giant tuna landing on ice, footsteps moving quickly through narrow aisles, and a single bite. Small, simple, elegant sushi. Today it is served in some of the most prestigious restaurants in the world, but in reality it was born as a solution against time. Today sushi is associated with elegance and refinement, yet once it was a practical street food. Sushi was shaped by the speed of Tokyo, the discipline of Japan, and the changing social needs of history. What we now call Tokyo was once known as Edo. In the 17th and 18th centuries, Edo was one of the most populated cities in the world. During the Tokugawa shogunate, the country experienced a long period of peace, and the city expanded rapidly. Samurai, merchants, artisans, everyone was coming to Edo. The population grew, ports operated continuously, and the streets became increasingly crowded. People worked long hours and time was becoming something precious. As a natural result of this growth, a need emerged: fast and practical food. In a time before refrigeration, preserving fish was difficult. In earlier periods, fish was fermented for months to prevent spoilage. Rice was used to delay decay and was often discarded without being eaten. This method was known as nare-zushi, but the people of Edo no longer wanted to wait. The city was living at high speed. Fermentation that took months could not keep up with this rhythm. People were looking for a fresh and immediate solution. In the early 19th century, a merchant named Hanaya Yohei introduced what would become the first version of modern nigiri sushi. He placed fresh fish on top of a small mound of rice, gently pressed it, and handed it to the customer. It was ready. It was fast. It could be eaten on the street. The sushi of that time was larger than what we know today. People would eat a piece or two after leaving the theater, during work breaks, or while working at the docks, and then continue their daily lives. It was the fast food of Edo. In the late 19th century, Japan opened itself to the outside world. With the Meiji Restoration, modernization began, ice production and refrigeration developed. Fish could now be transported and stored more safely and efficiently. World War II shook Japan deeply. Food shortages occurred and rice was rationed. As a result, sushi was considered a luxury for a time, but with the post-war economic recovery, it gradually regained its former popularity. Starting in the 1960s, sushi began to gain recognition beyond Japan. In Los Angeles, Japanese immigrants opened sushi restaurants. To adapt to Western tastes, new variations appeared. Sushi was evolving. When you enter a sushi bar in Tokyo, you see masters who continue techniques refined over centuries. The texture of the rice, the precision of the cut, the balance of flavors. This is not just a meal, it is a tradition of craftsmanship. In Japanese aesthetics, simplicity meets perfection. The philosophy of less is more finds expression in sushi. It may be small, but it carries a deep cultural meaning. Today, sushi can be found in luxury restaurants and inside metro stations alike. The need of a merchant in Edo is not so different from the need of a modern office worker rushing through Tokyo. A meal that is fast, balanced, and satisfying. Sushi has become a global symbol of Japanese identity. It is not merely a dish. It is a story of globalization, migration, and technological progress. When you eat sushi, you are not simply eating fish and rice. You are tasting the crowded streets of Edo, the rhythm of modern Tokyo, and the discipline of Japan itself. Because some dishes do more than fill the stomach. They tell the story of a city's soul, and sometimes all it takes to understand a city is a single bite.